All right, we have a special guest in the studio. He is an arranger, composer, pianist who's written for a diverse range of artists and ensembles, including the Boston Pops, Pops Orchestra concerts with the Pittsburgh, Houston, Milwaukee, Colorado, and New Jersey Symphony Orchestras, Denver Brass, Boulder Brass, and is the pianist, co-leader, and arranger-composer of the H2 Big Band with Al Hood. He's worked with Darius Rucker, Veronica Swift, Renee Marie, Take Six, John Faddis, Kevin Mahogany, Curtis Stigers, Clint Holmes, and Alan Harris, among others. Dave is currently retired from 36 years of teaching at the Lamont School of Music at DU. His first solo recording, Blues Sky, was just released about a week and a half ago. And his CD release party is day after tomorrow, this Wednesday night at Dazzle. Starts at 7. Dave Hanson, welcome.
Great to be here, Paul. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. It's great to meet you. We'd never met.
No, we have. I was in the performance studio. I think maybe in Rich Charlucci's group. I was playing in Rich's group at least one of the times. So we've met, but
okay.
I can't tell you when.
Okay. Well, it's wonderful to see you again.
Yeah, you too.
Well, Dave, first, before we get started here, how does your story start? Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Weatherford, Oklahoma, out in western Oklahoma on Route 66, famously, on the way to Amarillo, Texas. And
what a story.
Actually, I came across jazz by accident on the radio, listening to the radio one night, 2 a.m. when I'm supposed to be sleeping.
Right.
Heard a jazz station in Mississippi playing Cannonball Adderley, and that was it. You know, at that time I was a saxophone player, so to hear Cannonball Adderley was life-changing. I didn't know you could do that with a saxophone. So, I came through band programs and grade school, high school. Got an undergraduate degree in college in saxophone performance, and all along playing some piano, some organ and garage bands and all that, and got a master's degree in composition from Arizona State. Spent 3 summers at the Eastman School of Music studying arranging with Ray Wright and Manny Album, 2 amazing teachers, and that got me turned on to arranging for big bands and orchestras, and all along playing piano. So that's kind of how I came up.
Well, now, music in your house when you were growing up.
Yeah.
Did you have an instrument? Was there a piano in the house?
We had a piano in the house.
Mom and Dad?
My sister still is a brilliant classical clarinetist, and my mother sang and played piano, and music was an important part of our household.
So when you were a child, pre-toddler, you were up on that piano bench, right?
I was not a piano prodigy, or really any kind of prodigy, but started saxophone in the 5th grade, like a lot of people do, in school band programs, and went through marching band, concert band, and we had really a great high school jazz band. My band director, Terry Segrist, was a wonderful and encouraging band director, and we had an award-winning high school jazz band, and
wow.
That I think that was probably a very lucky upbringing for me.
Yeah, it sounds like all the right things happened.
Yeah, and we went to a lot of jazz festivals. We would go to we lived in Oklahoma, but we would take a bus up to the Kansas City Jazz Festival.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, we were up there 3 years, and hearing the young Pat Metheny as a high school kid in Kansas City playing at the festival. I remember that 2 different times. Because we're roughly the same age, and he was up there as a young high school kid playing.
Oh my
so
goodness!
I knew who about him since I was in high school because he was sort of a genius, Kansas City genius.
Yeah.
Inspiring too.
So you chose the saxophone maybe because you were drawn to Cannonball Adderley?
You know what? I think I'd already started saxophone.
Okay.
I think the reasons, which are too silly to really mention on the air, but
That's how you get the girls.
yeah, it was things like that. Yeah.
Wow. What a great story.
Well, it's my story for better or worse.
Yeah. So we love your music. We with H2 and a wonderful project for you.
Yeah, that and Kuvo's support of the H2 Big Band through the years has been very important to Al Hood and me. We had with Al, I did 4 projects, 2 H2 Big Band projects. Our first record was an chamber orchestra record called Just a Little Taste, which we're so proud of because it was very unusual, especially at the time, to do kind of a mixture of orchestral music and jazz, featuring Al's playing, and then Al's Jazz Muses record, which is the last project we did together, is a small group, 3 horns and rhythm section, with my arrangements and featuring Al and a lot of great players, some of whom are on this new record.
Well, let's talk about your new record.
Yeah.
You've had a long road, and this is your first
solo
recording
record
that was just released.
Yeah, first solo record. So now I can be the diva. I can talk about. I can correct people about the album's title and all that kind of stuff.
How long have you been wanting to do a solo project?
It's never been a big thing. I just wanted to, and still do. I just want to make music in the most interesting ways that are available to me with whoever I can do that with. And for many years it was with Al Hood. We had a great partnership and collaboration, and those were always with fairly large ensembles. So this record it started as a trio, just piano, bass, and drums. And we did, I told you earlier about the concert at Dazzle last year, the Artist in Residence week, and we went into the studio to kind of finish that up, and I brought in Will Swindler, who I have endless admiration for.
He sounds wonderful.
He's amazing, and he's also, by the way, one of the best arranger composers that you are ever going to hear. He has a group called the 11ette, which you've probably played much of their music, which is Will's writing. And anyway, I have endless admiration for Will. And in this record, he plays alto and tenor saxophone. And, of course, Mark Simon on bass, Paul Romaine on drums. So it's a very scaled-down recording. For me, it's a first. It's new territory. It's 3 and 4 people.
Yeah, no kidding.
Instead of many people.
So it's called Blues Sky.
Blues Sky. That's really good.
Blues Sky. Now,
Blues
where did you get
Sky.
the name?
It's a tip of the hat to Jimi Hendrix, believe it or not. Jimi Hendrix, Up from the Skies. Because I kind of borrowed some of the vibe from that for the title song, Blues Sky. Up from the Skies is a shuffle. It's kind of a bluesy thing, and the atmosphere of that tune. I couldn't have done this tune, Blues Sky, without Up from the Sky. So anyway, that's the kind of little play on words.
Okay.
I wanted to kind of refer to Jimi Hendrix.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong. I'll tie my coattails to his, any day, actually.
Those are good coattails.
Yes, they are.
All right, so this is your big CD release party coming up this
Yeah.
Wednesday night at Dazzle.
7 p.m. Doors open at 6.
Yes.
And we're going to,
You going to feature the album only, or are you going to...
The album only. I might have something up my sleeve that's not on the album. Maybe. No promises, because anything can happen. That's why we do this, right?
Right. So how can people hear your music? I guess you can go on to the streaming channels.
This album is an Origin Records project.
Okay.
So all kinds of things. If you just go to the Origin Records website, you can be directed to all the places. You can buy it in all the usual places. You can buy actual CD like we're looking at right now.
Yeah.
Streaming, really all the places that you're used to downloading and buying, all available there. Just for fun, I'll bring a box of CDs to the party.
Oh, that would be
Yes,
so
do
that.
Another reason to come out.
Absolutely.
If you're old-fashioned and you actually have a CD player, if you have that particular antique,
All right.
we'll give you something you can use.
I still have a cassette player in my car. So, Dave Hanson, can people find you online at davehanson.com?
I've got just the beginnings of a website. You can actually go there. It's just davehanson.com or davehansonmusic.com.
And that's S-O-N, not
That's
S-E-N.
S-O-N.
Yeah.
At least you can get my link to my Facebook page, and then a biography, and kind of. It's very basic. It's kind of been processed, but.
Simple is good.
Yeah, the Origin site is really the best place. But friend me on Facebook. You can find me on Facebook, and I'm very active on there. I just put a new review up today. That's a very nice thing from Jazz Weekly, and so I put up I guess all 3 reviews that we've had so far. Please friend me on Facebook, and also I always put info about my gigs up there.
All right. Dave, thank you.
Thank you, Paul. This has been great fun, and can't wait to see everybody out at Dazzle on Wednesday.